There's a few pairs I'm looking at. Euro Swiss, I'm looking at in a lot of detail because I potentially could be having a trade for this one very, very soon in the next 20 minutes, potentially, if I get the entry confirmation I'm looking for. But essentially, if Euro Swiss, the market is extremely bearish. I mean, looking to short Swiss pairs for a while now. So Euro Swiss, Aussie Swiss, New Zealand Swiss, CAD Swiss, Pound Swiss, not really, but Swiss on the long-term trajectory is very, very much bullish. And again, if I quickly go to the monthly time frame here for for Euro Swiss, you can see overall market is down. Aussie Swiss overall market is down. New Zealand Swiss overall the market is down. Pound Swiss overall the market is down. CAD Swiss overall the market is down. So as a swing trader, which is what I am, I'm just looking for really nice setups to swing the market and capture some nice swings, which I can hold for maybe 2 or 3 days, depending on my target. Yeah, I've had my eyes on Euro Swiss. I've had a nice pullback over the past couple of days or so, coming into a very nice area of confluence. So I'm looking for some shorts now, pretty much coming into this area. We've got some nice lower highs, as we can see here. If we draw the trend line for the wicks, one over there, second, third, potentially fourth now as well, retesting price support time resistance. We had a beautiful wick there to the upside here on that previous full candle. So if I get a nice bearish engulfing, I will be looking to enter something like this, and then stops above the high. Let's make that a little bit brighter. There we go. So it stops above the high, and then I'll probably be looking for a target back down to the lows here, roughly around the 1 to 3. Potentially we could go a lot further, but I'll probably take most of my profit here, because again, I don't want to try and hold my targets too far and overstay my welcome. So I'll make sure I take my profit at smart areas, but I may leave 10% to trickle. Things look good, but this is kind of the setup I'm after for Euro Swiss. So yeah, potentially could be a trade in the next 18 or 30 minutes, excuse me, whenever that Audi candle closes. So I have to keep an eye on Euro Swiss. I'm also looking at SD CAD shorts here. This one not quite up and running just yet, but a very similar setup to Euro Swiss as well. Coming back to a very nice area. New Zealand CAD, I'm looking for price to come back to these lows here. And yeah, I'm looking for a lower high to develop around here for us to push the downside back to those lows. So with SD CAD, I kind of want to see a few more wicks to the upside. You can see if Euro Swiss, we had a really nice exaggerated wick to the upside there. That kind of tells me that price is trying to break through, and now probably just going to head to the opposite direction. You can see it previously, nice wick into that zone. Market pushes to the upside. To go to SD CAD, nice wicks to the downside. Market pushes up. So I'm looking to see the reverse over here with a kind of very small wick there, but I'd like to see a wick test deeper into the level, test the trend line as well, and then I'll look for entry confirmations for some sells. And again, target wise, back down to these lows, or a little bit more aggressive, these lows here as well. So I do really like both of them. They're kind of both more or less in my area of entry.
Want to stay up to date with all the latest trading information? In the description below, you'll find the link to join our free Discord. The Discord gives you instant access to lots of helpful material like free trading courses, chart analysis, updates about what's happening in the A1 community, as well as discount codes for our other products and services. The best part, all of this and more is 100% free. So go down in the description below this video and check it out for yourself. If you're interested in upgrading to the full VIP Discord featuring our team of expert traders Signals, you can use the live chat link in the description to get connected with one of our team members in seconds. So don't wait, go check out the free Discord today.
Anyway, I'll go through some yen pairs. So CAD yen I saw, take a look at pound yen as well. So yeah, we had some crazy down moves for yen pairs, followed by a very, very aggressive recovery. And you can see they're very, very bullish now. And this is kind of what I was looking for after we had the big recovery towards the end of Friday, kind of coming into this morning. So when you see price action like this, which looks kind of out of place, if you look at the nature of the market, how it's moving, this price action here looks out of place. It kind of looks like it shouldn't be there. That's normally what you look at when you're looking at fake outs and fake moves in the market. Typically, when you see a big exaggerated move up and then market comes straight back down again, normally that's just a big fake out in the market. And that's what I've been looking at for the yen pairs here. So CAD yen, big spike to the downside, big recovery. Dollar yen as well, big spike to the downside, market recovers that. Pound yen, very, very big move to the downside, market recovers. So for me, this is the market just creating fake moves to the downside. And normally once we get a fake move to a particular direction, the market moves in the opposite. So in this case, we're getting fake moves down so the market can move up. We're grabbing liquidity underneath some major lows. Now I'm expecting the yen pairs start rocketing to the upside back to their highs. So for pound yen, for example, I'm looking at 184. If I go back to CAD yen, looking at price pushing back to 109 over here. And let's not forget, with the yen pairs, everything's still very bullish for them. You know, weekly, daily, monthly, these markets are on a longer term bullish trend. So you know, there's a lot of wind in the sails here for the yen pairs, and I'm expecting them to continue. For CAD yen, we are coming up to a very key area here, resistance. So it's difficult to see if we can break this or not, because we had a few attempts previously, big dump to the downside, had another attempt not too long ago, market came back down. So it looks like we're going to come back and retest that zone. Potentially could just fall back over again, or maybe this time we've got enough energy to break through. We'll have to find out when it actually does happen. But as for now, for CAD yen, in terms of direction, we're looking for another retest of that zone. So for me, buys on CAD yen look pretty good. Said on the weekend, if you can clear these highs here, this is when the buys start looking good. Now this 4H candle's kind of just opened. It just opened. We still got 3 hours and 13 minutes until that 4H candle closes. So I wouldn't say the breakout has just happened yet. It looks like we are breaking out, but we need to see candle closures, because again, this could be a wick, market could pull back down and close underneath the zone. So I want to see some strong candle closures above these highs. Same thing with dollar yen as well. Actually, dollar yen, we've already seen a nice candle closure. So breaks and retests make a lot more sense here for pairs like dollar yen. CAD yen, I would say still wait for some candle closures on the 4H. Pound yen looks very good as well. Pound yen cleared the highs there too. Nice break of structure there to the upside. So with pound yen as well, we're looking at more upside. A couple levels to keep an eye out for. 182.500 on the retest. We've also got a lovely level here as well. Keep an eye out 181.943. That's also a nice little level for a retest too. But again, I'm not too sure how big of a pullback we'll see with these yen pairs, because they're very, very bullish and a massive fake to the downside. Sometimes when we see this type of price action, we don't normally see such big pullbacks. Normally it's quite shallow because there's a lot of momentum present in the market. So we might just keep flying here for the yen pairs. But if we can get some retracement onto some solid levels, you know, I would be interested for some longs for the market to keep heading higher. Okay, so let's take a look at pound dollar. So pound USD, coming into the week, I'm looking for some counter trend opportunities now. Pound USD for me is still very bullish. Again, the way I trade, I mainly look at the swing highs and swing lows to develop my bias and develop the direction of the market. So looking at pound USD, these are the major swing lows I'm looking at, and the market's creating new swing highs, new swing lows, all higher than the previous one. So we've got higher highs and higher lows. The market is bullish. So I'm still bullish on pound USD until we break through this low here on the left, which is 1.26, we'll call it. But in the meantime, we do have a bit of a bearish trend here. So this is what I call a counter trend. So we can still take advantage of some counter trend opportunities. Obviously, they're a little bit more aggressive than pro trend. And typically in my trading, I want to keep counter trends at a minimum. So if I take 100 trades, I want, you know, probably around 10, maybe 15 of those trades to be counter trend, and 80 or 90 or 85 of those trades to be pro trend, just because the win rate of my pro trend trades will be a lot higher than counter trends. But there's still profit to be made counter trend, of course. And I do think we can get a nice little opportunity with pound USD right now. So if you do see a nice pullback for this one, I'm particularly looking at entries coming up into this area here. Lovely resistance there, beautiful wick to the upside, nice push to the downside. Looking at this being a slight fake out of that resistance. Potentially could get one more push up and then the drop to the downside. Right now, it looks like pound USD is kind of consolidating, so I would avoid trading pound USD at the moment. Price action is not looking too clear. Very sideways down the hourly, getting some big wicks to the downside. That's not really looking attractive to trade, in my opinion. Anyway, maybe some of you guys are taking advantage of some entries on the lower time frames and some trades on the lower time frames. But for me, that looks very chaotic. So I'll wait for price to break to the upside. We've got some good confluence up here around 1.29600. So if you can get a nice little pop to the upside into that area, look for some price action, some entries, some rejection. Then possibly could get some nice sells to the downside here. So I do like what I'm seeing with pound. It's just the price action right now is a little bit rubbish with the consolidation, but could be some nice counter trend opportunities higher up around 1.295. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for pound. Gold's being interesting as well. Big crash to the downside Thursday, Friday. Can't remember what day it was. I think it was it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, and then Friday saw a bit of retracement. But for gold, I'm still overall bullish on gold. We've seen some strong aggressive downside, but it hasn't really changed my overall direction for gold. If we zoom out, this is the daily time frame, by the way, for gold. You can see the market is still printing higher highs and higher lows. So lovely low over here, lovely low over there, another one potentially there. It's obviously not confirmed yet, but I'm anticipating another higher low to form here for continuation back to the highs on the left. So for me, gold is still looking longer term bullish. Again, scale to the higher time frames as well. Weeklies saw nice bullish engulfing not too long ago as well. I'm expecting momentum to kick into the upside pretty soon for gold. However, we're struggling to break some resistance here. As we can see here, nice level of resistance, rejection came in again last week and the week before and last week. So the market is rejecting around 1980. So we potentially could see a big inverse head and shoulder setup play out. We could be looking at one more drop to the downside for gold, then potentially some bigger buys later on. And if I mark it up, you can kind of see what I'm talking about, which is this big old inverse head and shoulder here, looking for some buys to the upside. And don't forget that nice bigger longer term trendline confluence on the daily as well. So there's a lot of confluence here for gold buys around 1940 because that's where we can anticipate the right shoulder forming. Or you could be a bit more safer and wait for the neckline to break around 1980. This is a key resistance here, as we can see multiple signs of rejection. So if gold does break through 1980, for me, that's a big green flag that, okay, gold's likely to head higher. And then we can be looking at the next major target around 2050, 2060, which is pretty much the all-time highs for gold. And possibly we might break through them as well. But yeah, the way I'm looking at gold right now is still bullish, but I'm not looking to jump into any buys. There could be some sell opportunities, some short-term sell opportunities coming into this resistance around here where we're seeing these lower highs. There could be some nice sells for one more move to the downside into 1940, then possibly some buys later on. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for gold. But if we don't see this down move and the market just keeps rocketing to the upside and just breaks through 1980, then yeah, we're looking at those pullbacks and taking us back to 2050, 2060. So yeah, you are seeing a lot of bullish momentum. Is dollar weak? Or is gold just, DXY is a little bit weak. Seeing some downside this afternoon, but I wouldn't say it's too doing anything crazy. But gold's pretty bullish. So US 30, very bullish still. Market still flying to the upside. Again, high time frames, everything is looking bullish. Daily, weekly, could be looking at pushback to the highs here on the left at 36,400. From a technical standpoint, I would only be looking at buys for US 30. I did highlight maybe a week ago a retest of this level would be very nice for a nice swing position. If you see a nice little pullback there, again, this is kind of like a big inverse head and shoulder, similar to what gold is giving us or potentially giving us, as you can see here. So break through the neckline, retest, continuation. But I'm not too sure if we'll see that pullback. That'd be very nice if we do. But at the moment, price is just very bullish for gold. For US 30. I wouldn't look to buy just now because that is a very aggressive sell-off, and now the market's really, frailing these wicks around. This is not really the best time to get into any buys. I would say if we can clear the highs and show us that, okay, the market's creating new highs again, then yeah, the buys after that do make a lot more sense. But trying to buy now, we potentially could even form a lower high and climb back down again potentially, because we've sort of cleared out these lows here, could form a lower high and drop like that. So I would wait to see if these highs can clear out and then look for some buys on the pullback. Pound Aussie, I'm actually looking at buys for Pound Aussie. It's actually on my watch list. I'm looking at some buys, something like this. We've got some higher lows there, 1, 2, 3, and I'm looking at another retest of this structure here. If I can see some good entries around here, some nice wicks, nice little bullish engulfing, we'll be looking at buys back to the prior highs here at least, and then potentially the daily and the weekly swing highs over there on the left at 1.94. So for me, Pound Aussie still giving us higher highs, high lows. I'm looking to see if we can get that next high low. If I scale to the daily time frame, you can see the overall trend is still up as well. So again, there's a lot of confluence here. High time frames back the direction to, yes, the market is a little bit corrective and maybe starting to exhaust a little bit, but we know that the market is still giving us these higher lows here. So that's still the direction I want to trade in. If we take a loss, we take a loss. The market changes direction, we'll look to change with it. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at for Pound Aussie. And dollar CAD, I'm actually looking for price to break to the upside, but looking very bearish. Is CAD strong? Is because dollar, we just looked at the DXY. DXY wasn't that weak, so CAD must be very strong for some reason. Yeah, it looks like it is strong anyway. Anyway, so dollar CAD looks like it's climbing back into the consolidation. So I'm not looking to do anything with dollar CAD as long as we stay between these two levels. I understand on the intraday level, some of you guys be taking advantage of some opportunities. But for me, a bit more of a swing trader. I'll be looking for price to start clearing out some key highs and clear lows. Then I'll be starting to look for some pullbacks after that. So for dollar CAD, if we can break above the resistance, I'll gladly be looking for longs above that, for back into these highs here. But yeah, the market is looking very bearish coming back into that range. So I'll be backing off the dollar CAD for now. And in this area here, it's just consolidation. So I'm not a big fan. But if you can clear the highs, then yeah, breaks and retest, or was that 1.32359? That looks something that I would be interested in.
Don't forget to check out the links in the description if you want our broker recommendation, access to our free Discord, free EDGEFINDER, or want to chat with us on Telegram. Remember, you can watch us live in the markets every morning starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we have lots more free trading tools and content available on our website, a1trading.com. Thanks for watching.